Hello there, and welcome to Storm Episode 51. Is that a good? I don't know.
I think you're going to find that that's the perfect title for this episode. And that will come to reveal itself, much like the alien mystique upon which we're basing this.
The alien mystique.
It will slowly unspool its secrets over the course of many hundreds of years, specifically centered after the 1950s to heroin-addicted farmers in the Southwest. That's how it's going to go.
What's the book called? The Feminine Mystique by Betty Friedan?
Friedan, yeah.
So it's the alien mystique by Betty something.
By Cletus, who lives in rural Arizona.
Like put the probe up my butt. Okay, so we're doing, if you can't tell, oh, wait, we never introduced ourselves. I'm Alex.
I'm Z-Trob.
I'm Zaflorbaborb, and this is Suck My Alien Fanfic.
Yep.
Yeah, so Area 51.
That's it.
Episode 51.
We're running out of steam. 51.
Really are.
Area 51, 52, new 52. Who knows? We're just going to go with free association from now on.
I know. Movie 43, who cares?
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah. So, you said you had an opening topic?
I did have an opening topic, but I'm not finding great entertaining content on it. So, I do want to just cover Area 51 and how it's like a fan fiction of reality that is cooked up by like meth heads who live in the Southwest.
Yeah.
And how in like 2012 or 2013 or whatever it was, they actually disclosed like what projects were going on.
Yeah.
They're like U2 bombers or something like that were being made there.
Yeah, well, U2's not a bomber.
U2's a bomb band, though.
Yeah, it is true. No,
U2 aircraft.
U2 aircraft.
Yeah.
B2 is a bomber. Those are the flying wings. We saw one of those on 4th of July.
That's right.
The U2 is a reconnaissance aircraft.
Okay. And that makes sense why it's flying at like higher altitudes and everyone thinks it's like a spaceship or whatever.
Yeah, exactly. That was the one that got shot down over Russia, and then we had to trade our pilot for it. Yeah. So, yeah, I've heard a lot of different theories. I've actually watched the Bob Lazar documentary on Netflix. You know what I'm talking about?
Let's hear it. Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, so Bob Lazar is the first guy to come out and be like,
if anything, honestly, he sounds like an alien propagandist because his last name's Laser.
Laser.
It's pronounced Lazar.
I swear it's Lazar. He came out and he's like, yeah, I was a scientist who worked there, and they used anti-gravitational devices to propel aircraft. I saw at least like 3 or something like that. I don't know if I ever saw a legitimate alien body, but I saw their craft. And the documentary is super interesting. It's really weird too because it's narrated by Mickey Rourke, but like it's just like cut in with these weird narrations. So it's just like could Area 51 have aliens? And then it'll just like cut to this weird like wide shot of a desert at night, and then you'll just hear like Mickey Rourke like other life. How fucked up could this one be? And it's like, what are you talking about? What are you doing? So it's just like, it's this really weird documentary that sort of explains his story.
Do they talk about MJ-12 or Majestic 12?
I don't know what that is.
Because I'm seeing right now, just like going through their pages on Wikipedia, that a lot of UFO conspiracy theorists believe that there was like an organization called Majestic 12 formed by Harry S. Truman in 1947 to like investigate fallen spacecraft and like create spaceships.
Well, see, that's the issue, is UFOs are real, because they're unidentified flying objects.
Right. And everything's a UFO until you identify it. Then it's an IFO.
Yeah, identified flying object. Mm-hmm. Or it's just an FO.
Flying object.
It's flying object. So it's just, when you hear people who are so pro Area 51, like, the U.S. admitted it, UFOs are real. It's like, yeah, but not in the way you want them to be. You know what I mean? Like, yeah.
Right.
The big thing with the Bob Lazar is that allegedly, he got let go from the program because they thought that he stole a fuel source. So the whole point is, I think it was element 116, unantium, something like that.
Okay.
Unhexium, I think it's unhexium.
All right, fire it up. Okay.
He claimed back in the 80s, 70s, whenever he was coming out about this, that was the fuel source for, faster than light travel and anti-gravitational travel. And at the time, it had never been created. So they're like, bro, you're saying that this element that's not even real is a fuel source, shut the fuck up. And then we created it in a lab, but it was like, it's a very unstable isotope, so it only stays that way for a little bit. And he's like, I'm validated because it is real. You can make it. It's naturally occurring where they're from.
It's like QAnon, where it's like I'm just gonna like get a bunch of stuff, and then eventually
it'll become real.
It'll link real life events.
Yeah, and so that's the most that I've done for like Area 51.
That's a
research.
lot. That's a lot. You literally just went on the deep dive of it.
Yeah, I did because I trying to be a rational thinker. You want to find out if these things people are talking about are real. Sometimes you can put more time into it than others. Mm-hmm. So, for example, you really shouldn't put too much time into into Bigfoot. Skunk ape's real, but Bigfoot, I wouldn't put too much time into.
What's that one?
Skunk ape? It's the Bigfoot in the Everglades.
Okay.
There's a skunk ape research center in Everglades City.
Oh, wow. Well, that sounds like a good use of money. Is that privately funded?
Privately, yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
Good.
So skunk ape, totally real. I'm not going to fight that
Skunk
one.
Gate?
Skunk ape.
Skunk ape.
You're around one because you can smell it.
Is that the tagline for Skunk Ape coming summer 2021?
Smell it.
Smell it when you're around.
Yeah, Skunk Ape.
Starring Rob Schneider as the Skunk Ape.
Rob Schneider is a skunk ape?
Yeah, and also if I was the U.S. government, and which I think is what's happening, and I was Lockheed Martin, I would love this. I'd be like, yeah, totally. Oh, no aliens, and then like slip like a flying saucer out there and be like, cover it with a tarp and be like, no way, because I'm really working on like advanced warfare like technology.
Yeah, like if you've ever looked into what the F-35 can do, that's scary. Like it's insane what that aircraft can do. Way over budget, way over time, but like for being designed over 10 years ago because they can just now make them. Oh my god! So if that's public, I don't even want to know what's private because that's a dummy.
And then I'm gonna let you have in Roswell. I'm gonna let you have your little cafe for aliens and everything because what I'm making is 10 times worse than that.
Exactly.
It's not going to go away when you pour water on it, Joaquin Phoenix.
No.
It's going to be here to stay.
Yeah.
And also, like, the mass pollution that's going into that lake, they're like, aliens. Dump chemicals. Just dump chemicals.
Nuclear, waste, just...
That's alien pee.
Yeah.
Ooh, sorry.
Yeah. Or a fish comes out with, 3 tails, and they're like, it's an alien fish.
Alien pouts.
We found it in, a alien aquarium. I don't know. That sounds like a Jamiroquai album.
What's that?
Alien Aquarium.
Alien Aquarium?
You know Jamiroquai?
No, don't.
Oh, it's a band. They Canned Heat, the song from Napoleon Dynamite.
Yeah, I love that song.
It's them.
No.
Yeah.
This sounds like I found out one of my childhood heroes is an unsavory past. I don't know if I'm going to like this. Is it good? Are they good?
Oh, no, they're great.
Oh, okay.
They're fantastic.
Well, then this is great. This is like finding out my childhood hero is Tom Hanks.
Yeah. It wasn't Michael Jackson. It was Tom Hanks.
Yeah, it's amazing.
I got the good one. So, 1947, Roswell, New Mexico.
1985, you arrive.
What's that?
There's a J. Cole line.
Oh, that is 1985. That's a good song.
Then the whole thing, Area 51 was kind of like a hokey, American folktale.
Yeah.
And then it came Naruto rushing back into relevancy.
They can't kill all of us.
A couple years ago. Do you know the genesis of the storm Area 51? Do you know that? Why?
I'm going to take a guess.
Because I don't.
You don't know.
I don't ask.
So my understanding is there was a dude on Facebook who used to make really dumb events and then send them out to all of his friends. And he just made one, which was Storm Area 51. They can't kill all of us.
They can't stop us all, yeah.
They can't stop us all. And his friends, he invited his friends, they invited theirs, and then it just got really big. And then they went...
It was after watching that episode of the Joe Rogan podcast.
Yes, with the Bob Lazar episode.
With Laser.
The Bob Lazar episode.
We're Bob Lazar truthers here.
Yeah. Oh, I forgot to talk about the big thing with Bob Lazar. So allegedly, he was... he claims that he was not allowed to work there anymore because he stole some of the element, and he has it hidden somewhere.
Oh.
So what's really weird is...
All right, Joseph Smith.
Do you know what his occupation is right now?
Probably author.
I think he lives in New York. It's New York or Ohio. It's somewhere near there. And he makes elements to sell to schools to do... things
to do that little rock salt experiment.
Yeah.
That's cute.
So he makes those.
You make elements?
Yeah.
Is that a job? That's a profession?
That's
you
his
can
profession.
synthesize.
Yeah.
Don't they just crank those out in a factory?
No.
Or do we have literally all of the little elements, little dabs of sodium have been made by freaking
Bob Lazar.
If you
if you watch the documentary, he's in his workshop with
upstate New York apothecaries. These druids are just forming elements.
Yeah, exactly.
That's crazy. That's an amazing industry.
And so the weird thing is you're like,
I made artisanal sodium carbonate.
Yeah, they just sell it at a farmer's market. But the crazy thing is,
some phosphorus.
He's making elements, and he allegedly has element 116. And so you're like,
the one that he got from the vault.
The one that he got from the vault. So it's this weird you're definitely full of shit, but you're like weirdly full of shit. You know what I mean?
Mm.
Okay, right off the bat, do you believe in aliens?
How do we describe aliens?
So there's two questions that I think go along with this.
Mm-hmm.
It's either, first is, do you believe in aliens? Second one is, do you believe that they visited?
Bro.
So the first one is, as aliens, I'm saying sentient life from another planet.
I think we're the aliens.
Okay.
And we're the virus.
Dude, we're the fucking virus, bro.
Do I think that... I mean, sentient life, like, in the same way that we're sentient, or in the same way like a dog is sentient?
Whatever we can conceptualize as sentient and able to travel in space.
Travel in space?
It doesn't have to be spacefaring where you can, faster than light travel. It's just travel through space.
Oh, can they get up to their moon?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, sure, but I feel like we're, like... one grain of sand on New Smyrna Beach, and then there's another grain of sand on Cocoa Beach, and that's sentient life, so it doesn't matter.
It's one grain of sand
it does not matter.
Bondi Beach in Australia.
I think, there's probably something out there, but in no comprehensible number of lifetimes will we ever make contact.
Yeah. So I've gotten in this argument with a lot of my friends, because I really love astronomy, like I love all that stuff. In my non-professional opinion, just from what I know, I don't think so. Mm-hmm. I've seen some astrophysicists say that if there were, we're like long past it.
Yeah,
when we had dinosaurs, there were sentient life elsewhere.
Oh, so we're behind. Okay.
So
maybe they're already extinct. Maybe their circle has already been completed.
So we're like the last grasp of sentient life in the universe, which makes sense to me.
That seems kind of arrogant.
Yeah, but there's
it's on us. We need to unelect Donald Trump. It's on us.
We're the virus. We're the planetary virus. I would say if you look at
Donald Trump, that's the word I used.
If you look at some of the stuff that requires the sentient life that we have...
Sorry, real quick, I'm reading the Wikipedia page for Storm Area 51 that can't stop us all. And it says, the post boasts of, quote, an attempt to clap alien cheeks, that is, engage in sexual intercourse with aliens.
So we're gonna fuck some aliens.
Referring to the unique running style of an anime character, Naruto Uzumaki,
That's like explaining the joke. That's all they're doing. So you need to have a relatively stable star. Mm-hmm. The sun is relatively stable.
Sure.
A lot of them aren't. You need to have a planet in a habitable zone, and we know that based on if there is a stable star, then the habitable zone is only like a certain band around it that can support life that we know of it.
Oh, we were like any further or closer, our ecosystem will be wildly different.
Absolutely.
By like a matter of miles.
You need to have consistent like rotations. Our moon is very important because not only does it pull the tides, which helps with like growing bacteria, it also intercepts meteors and asteroids.
Yeah, it's like our little force field, it's our gravity well.
Another thing is not all planets out there have a Jupiter. Jupiter is extremely important.
That's like another gravity well that just protects us from all sorts of things.
All sorts of things. Also, you have to have a magnetic
That's like,
field.
I've never felt safer than riding in a convertible next to JFK.
Exactly.
Not going to get shot.
Because he's...
Those bolts aren't coming from me.
That was a good one, honestly. That was quick.
JFK's slogan when he got elected was, let me be your Jupiter.
Let me be quick. So you need a Jupiter. I mean, to me, there are just a lot of things. It's not very common to have multiple planets in a single system that we know of. So, I don't know. There's a lot of pieces there that I think that are big. When people say that the universe is massive, it is, but also, like, there is a finite amount of matter.
Sure.
And we know that most of the matter is dark matter. And we don't think life can be created by a dark matter. So already we've, like, just half the amount of matter that can be life in half. Right. And then most of the matter goes to stars.
Right. I mean, that's why I like when you talk about the idea of sentient life, it's interesting. Like, how do you determine that? Because are we superimposing our notion of it as we understand
That's why I keep saying, as we know it.
As we know it.
Because there are...
The end of life, as we know it.
As we know it, yeah.
Everyone's going to start drinking Bud Light Seltzer instead of White Claw. That will be the end of life, as we know it.
No, it is. So I'm just saying, as we understand and conceptualize life...
Doesn't seem like there would be.
In my opinion.
Yeah, not only do you have that smaller pool from which to have a possibility, to have the same exact parameters is highly unlikely. But to have different parameters, whether they breathe nitrogen or something,
nitrogen-based life forms are totally possible.
Whatever.
Entirely possible.
Whether they breathe ammonium, I don't know what
I think that I think it's 100% confirmed, not confirmed, I am positive that there is life on Europa.
There you go.
Which is a moon of Jupiter.
Aliens confirmed.
I'm positive that there's life. I don't know what kind of life.
There's definitely life forms on Titan, because that's where Thanos is from.
That is true. There has to be. Yeah.
That's confirmed.
There are also, we know that there's life on Mars.
Why is that? Oh, because we just know the bacteria that are out there.
Yeah. And there's
Dr.
water
Manhattan
on Mars.
He's living out there.
He is living out there.
God bless him.
So there we go. So not only do I. That's the first question.
I thought you were making a goof. That's why I was trying to understand your goof.
Second one, do you think they visited? I would say no, because now you need faster than light travel.
Yeah.
I mean, that the laws of physics as we know them do not say faster than light travel.
Yeah, I love how like in like Star Wars it's like light speed.
Yeah.
Like they were like originally like light speed, but it's like you know that if something's light years apart, if you're going light speed, it would take you years.
Well, you know he did complete the Kessel Run in 12 parsecs or what the fuck the line is? It's like a parsec is a unit
They
of length.
retcon that, and it makes sense.
I know.
And there are many
I saw
apologists
Solo.
for many years who didn't need it to be retconned because
Yeah.
it's like, okay, that makes sense. That's like I did Daytona 500 in half a mile, just went right across the track.
Exactly. That's what
I ran over all the mobile homes
Yes.
to get to the other
and
side.
the rebel flags that are no longer allowed there.
That's right. The secret rebel flags that are furled up.
Yeah.
Okay, so all this to say that the most important thing to come out of these discussions about extraterrestrial life is the storm on Area 51.
I would, without a doubt, say that's the most important thing.
And I'm trying to understand, like, what specifically about that time and place of, like, last summer caused this to happen? Because I feel like if we were coming right out of a pandemic quarantine, then it would make sense for everyone to be like, what, Storm Area 51?
Yeah, who gives a shit?
But we were living life. We could go to the grocery store. We could do
I could go and see
events. Yeah. So why did we all of a sudden just, like, hop on this bandwagon? Was like everyone was like, 2019, worst year ever? So there was, like, a devil may care attitude.
2020 is around the corner, like, oh,
let's do this.
Fucking wish.
But regardless, we know now, with hindsight, that it did not pan out. It was just a couple of weebs who were hanging out at the gate to a military base, yelling memes that the guard did not understand.
Well, they didn't commit. That's the issue. They didn't commit. You're supposed to commit to the bit.
So, what if I were to tell you that a fan fiction was written if people did commit?
I would tell you it's only realistic if, like, 1,000 people get shot in the head.
Well, I'm gonna offer that up to you as today's fan fiction.
I'm very interested in this.
It's titled Area 51, and it's from fimfiction.net, and
Theme fiction.
a new platform that I don't know who built it. I don't know if this is a canceled website, so I apologize. It's not sanctioned, but here we go.
So just real quick, I think the whole Storm Area 51 thing brought up a really good, like, concept, just as, like, Americans, that we can especially think about now with everything that's going on. But it's like, what if we took a vote, and of the 320 million Americans, 170 million said, we want to know what's in Area 51, you have to tell us.
Well, that's why we kept petitioning, like, the Freedom of Information Act and all this stuff. And it kept getting denied because it was, like, in national security's best interest to not reveal what we got going on.
Yeah, but isn't that just, like, an interesting question? Like, if we say we want to know, you should tell us because we're paying you. And they're like, no. Just, like, very clearly, fuck yourself.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of, like, loopholes, and it's all in the name of, like, national defense and security.
Well, you know, the real thing isn't Area 51, it's Area 52.
That's right.
Area 51 is just a fucking red herring. All right, so let's do this.
It's all about Area 43.
Actually, 52 and a half.
Who knows what's going on in Area 69? So yeah, this is the raid, and it comes with this picture.
The raids, I like that. That's good. That's really good paint.
Can you see the fedora that guy's wearing?
I can see the fedora and the Naruto running.
That's going to come into play. You ready?
All right, let's do this.
This is by Gray Vicker. We stormed Area 51 looking to clap them alien cheeks. I never could have expected what we found. Area 51. They couldn't stop us all. The Nevada desert rumbled as we ran. 300,000, women and men, boys and girls, and even some old fucks who hadn't really already died of exposure, all converging to a single point. Area 51, one of the most secretive and well-protected military bases in the United States of America. We were all united in our journey through the desert with one single goal in mind. See dem aliens. Clap dem alien cheeks. We were only the running cavalry. Surrounding the base were the auxiliary groups that would help us storm the place. The Chad Corps to the north. The Cheek Clappers Reserve to the west. The Karen Screamer Brigade right next to us. And as a surprise, Keanu Reeves had joined our cause and was coming with reinforcements from the southwest. But what a guy.
He's a good guy.
The beginning of the run had been easy. Too easy. Miles and miles of empty, defenseless land now bore the marks of countless cheap sneakers and Chinese knockoff running shoes. Hey, times are hard, and we made do with what we could. Adidas is a perfectly good brand, as is Nike and Vans, granted you don't mind working the hot glue gun a bit. Friendships bloomed by themselves on the journey, mostly because running in complete silence is torture. As the base slowly came to view, I turned to my companion for the trip, a friend named XXX Pussy Slayer 69 XXX.
I like that.
It probably wasn't his real name.
Quick question. Are the X's a specific case?
X, uppercase X, lowercase x.
Okay.
As you have to.
Thank you.
Yes. Thanks for asking.
I just wanted to clarify.
Thanks for asking. It probably wasn't his real name. Probably. You never know in this day and age when stupid names like Brazen, Jackson, and Kevin are the norm.
Jackson's with an X, right?
Jackson, I'm sorry.
Oh.
Also with an X. They all have X's.
Jackson, yeah.
Jackson.
Jakxon.
Jayxen.
Oh, fuck.
Jason, maybe.
Jackson.
So it appears we have finally arrived, my friend. I say between 2 handfuls of Doritos and a swing of Mountain Dew. It has been a long journey, but at last it has come to an end. I was perfectly eloquent in this moment, trust me. It looks like it, says Pussy Slayer 69. It was almost as long as the time I fucked those 2 girls in my hot tub for hours. Man, I was sore at the end. Attention, all trespassers. We let out a collective gasp as the high-pitched whine of the siren sounded in the near distance. Turn back at once or you will be shot with impunity.
Are we just going to breeze over the fucking the girls in the hot tub thing?
Oh, there's more. There's more to that.
Okay, I'm interested.
My heart raced in my chest, and I felt the tension running through the crowd. But we knew what had to be done. We couldn't let the government keep hiding the truth from us, to your point. Okay, everybody, like we practiced, we reacted like one massive body fueled with the power of pure weedness. At once, we dropped our shoulders and let our arms flail behind us, channeling the infinite power of the Naruto run. The world became a blur as our speed increased tenfold and bullets zipped past us, easily dodged by us in our state of ecstasy.
Okay, so here's a question. Were you a Naruto runner kid?
I've never Naruto run in my life.
Okay.
I'm
happy to hear that.
I would own up to it if I had.
I've never done it. I've never seen Naruto, so I've never seen Naruto 2 run that way.
I never knew that was like a thing to imitate. It was just like, oh, it's kind of how they like fly.
Oh, I had kids in my school that used to do that all the time.
Well, here's a practical application of it.
Okay.
So they're running so fast, the world blurs away and they're able to dodge the bullets. They become bullet resistant, as it says. 1 or 2 bullets bounced off the rim of my fedora, and I smiled as my style proved superior to all others. High caliber bullets and rockets ricocheted off harmlessly from our Vanguard shields, which were body pillows engineered by Elon Musk himself, on which highly detailed cat girls winked seductively at whoever watched them.
I like that.
Oh, wow, this is almost too easy, Pussy Slayer 69 said, keeping pace with me, his legs almost invisible. Almost as easy as picking up chicks at the bar. I swear one time I just looked at a group of them, 3 girls, and next thing I know I was balls deep in all of them. In all of them? Which one specifically, I asked. He thought for a second. Yes.
I like that.
I heard the guards call for reinforcements.
Wait. Is that guy an alien?
No, he's just like a weed.
Oh, damn. I thought I cracked the code. Like, it's an alien, like, trying to talk shit. Oh, I had sex with all of these human women.
I think this is just, like, making fun of all, like, the virgins who did show up.
I got you. The virgins that did show up.
Not saying there's anything wrong with that.
Hey, if you showed up, you're a fucking virgin. And Ryan thinks you're a bitch.
Not saying there's anything wrong with that. I heard the guards call for reinforcement, and helicopters started buzzing around, showering us with a hail of machine gun fire. We backflipped and front flipped, danced like DDR gods to avoid the deadly shower. Some of the less worthy ones fell, with a dab of defeat, as more and more choppers filled the sky.
I like that, dab of defeat.
They closed in on us, mowing down the sidelines, the Naruto run unable to outpace so many bullets at once. Defeat seemed imminent, until a yeet sounded in the distance, and the sound of squealing unicycles filled the air. Can you tell what was coming?
That boy?
Here came them boys.
Oh, yes!
An army of green-clad boys pedaled their way into the fray, drawing the helicopter fire away from the main group. The guards on the rapidly approaching base desperately tried to get them back on track, but it was hopeless. The helicopters let themselves be baited to Keanu Reeves, who brought them down with one karate chop. What a guy.
Mm-hmm. He's a good guy.
Man, I'm happy to see them arrive at last, Pussy Slayer 69 said with a grin. I'm almost as happy to see them as I was when my girlfriend brought her 5 porn stars home for a 7th sum. Which I didn't know was possible.
Her 5 porn stars?
Her 5 porn star friends.
Porn star friends, okay.
Home for a 7th sum.
So, he doesn't clarify, it'd be funny if they're all dudes.
They're just her friends. And he's watching. The 6th sum while he watches. However, what I saw next made me realize the true extent of the military's strategic genius. Around the base, stretching for several yards, were rows and rows of Minecraft fences. Oh no, it's over, Pussy Slayer 69 cried out. We can't jump over those. Not like I can jump 8 girls at a time and still have some spare for a dozen more. He was right, and as soon as the front lines reached the fence, they tried jumping over them, resulting only in them jumping in place, while the guards riddled their bodies with bullets.
Did you see the thing where they're like, everyone build your Minecraft beds out of gunshot range, so when you die, you wake up and you can go back?
Was that part of it?
That was part of it,
This person did this research. We talk about people like researching canon. This person researched...
This is research the meme canon.
And there's probably even more to research, because it was just unlimited amounts of content online. There you go. So he says that we're done for, unlike the time where he was nailing 8 girls with room for more.
Mm-hmm.
He was right. And they got riddled with bullets. My friend, I fear this is goodbye. Tears poured handsomely from my eyes. The fences were too close to avoid now. In the next second or so, we would be shot down without mercy. No, Pussy Slayer 69 took a deep breath. No, I have a confession to make. See, this whole time I've been untruthful with you. My name is a lie. I'm not a real Pussy Slayer. I never even seen a woman naked. No, I only started wearing the name Pussy Slayer 69 to look cool and because people liked it. I started believing it and started spinning those lies and falsehoods. Also, I could finally have some friends. But I realize now this was all for nothing. Even now that I met you, my friend, I know that this is not what I want. This is not what I need. Then tell me, Pussy Slayer 69, I cried out as we were about to hit the fence. Tell me, what do you need? I will do my best to give it to you before we die a horrible, painful death. I need, Pussy Slayer 69 took a long, deep breath. I need about tree fitty. It was at this moment that I noticed Pussy Slayer 69
he was a Loch Ness Monster.
Was 500 feet from the Paleolithic era. He was 500 feet tall and from the Paleolithic era. I blinked. Cash or credit? You're a good friend. He bent down and lifted me by my super awesome flame-patterned shirt, and I barely had time to put a hand over my fedora to prevent it from being blown away. Yeet! Pussy Slayer 69 yelled and threw me over the 300 meters of fence like a trebuchet. At that moment, a torrent of bullets and rockets ripped his massive body apart.
Oh!
I screamed out in anguish as I plummeted towards the ground. Pussy Slayer 69, you can't die now. We have so much more to do, to see. You can't leave me like this. What will I do without my very best friend alone in this cruel, cruel world? However, before I could start a proper flashback arc, I crashed, shattering the rooftop of the base and falling right into a busy corridor. Hundreds of armed guards pointed their guns at me. Full of rage, crushed by the loss of my very best and most long-lasting friend, the Loch Ness Monster, Pussy Slayer 69, I looked at them with eyes of fury, and they took a step back before my alpha-dominating presence. I would make them pray. Master, forgive me, I whisper under my breath, crumbs of Cheetos falling from my ear, but I'll have to go all out, just this once. I reached under my trench coat before they could reach. He's wearing a trench coat on top of a Guy Fieri flame shirt.
I knew exactly what you meant. I knew exactly what you meant.
I've seen it before.
Yeah. Seen it 100 times.
100 times. 100 years, Ricky Morty. Here we go. I reached under my trench coat before they could react, my hands too fast for their feeble eyes to see, and brought out my 3 most trusted companions, aside from Pussy Slayer 69. Blood, Rage, and Havoc. 3 of the finest katanas my expert eyes had the honor to see. Folded over 1,000,000 times, etched with uber-cool patterns of flames and dripping blood, sharpened to a razor's edge, and brand new from the weapons store at Walmart. I bit into Havoc's grip, and the guards gasped as they realized I knew the secret technique of Santaiyoru. I obtained through hardcore training and mind-shattering effort. Marathoning all of One Piece in 1 week is not an easy task. So that's how we learned how to fight with katanas. As soon as they realized what was happening, the guards screamed and opened fire, but I spun and swung, cut every bullet shot my way with expert precision, like they were going in slow motion. The supremacy of Japanese steel triumphing over the crude American metal, butter soft in comparison. How do you feel about that?
It's okay. It's okay.
They fell one by one under my blades, blood splattering over the walls and the floor until silence fell in the corridor, only intermittently broken by my heavy wheezing. I sheathed my katanas and bowed respectfully to my opponents. The head of one of the guards rolled off his neck in answer. Sabake koto suminansen, I said, which translates perfectly, so trust me, don't check it.
I wasn't going to.
To, I am sorry for what I had to do, to the uninitiated. I wiped off the greasy sweat from my forehead and smothered my beard, Cheeto dust falling to my feet as I did. I tipped my fedora and spotted the door with, "Top secret, do not open," written on it. Took out Havoc and sliced the flimsy steel door to pieces. In the middle of a large circular room was a mirror. Just a regular, old-looking standing mirror, about half again my size, which is rather large, as I am above the average of 5 foot 9.5 inches.
Where is that the average?
That is the average, and I'm above it.
Okay.
I'm above average.
Okay.
As I was staring at my handsome self, something appeared from within the mirror over my reflection. I considered it coolly as the high-level thinking atheist that I am.
Oh, God.
It was a face, that was for certain, as a basic analysis revealed 2 rather large eyes staring at me, a nose and a mouth. However, it was also strangely equine, in a cute, toyish way. Round, soft, the thing had a mint-colored coat, we'll call it. Or more specifically, it was aquamarine, and a pale, light, grayish cyan mane with white highlights. Its eyes were a brilliant gamboge, and excited febrility shone brightly in them.
What the fuck is Gambo?
I think it's a color.
Okay.
More importantly, it had a glowing horn right dab in the middle of its forehead, and a sudden force grabbed me and pulled me through the mirror. I screamed as I was slightly surprised by this, and I landed in the middle of a dirt road in what appeared to be a quaint medieval village. My jaw dropped open. The thing that had brought me here had been a drawing of a lyre on its crop. And around me, dozens upon dozens of horse, pony things walked and chatted in perfect English about the weather and apples, and I couldn't believe it. It was real. I saw their butts. Holy shit, butts. Big, round, alien butts. Sir, the mint-colored thing started. Aliens! I jumped, pounced, leapt, whatever you want to call it, behind the alien and beheld its beautiful round ass for a half second before my hand went crashing down on it with a resounding... Area 51 stormed. Den aliens... Scene. Den cheeks. Clapped. Yep. It's gamer time. I dabbed so hard that I faint. End of story. The author's note at the end. Please end me.
I like the idea of clapping cheeks actually being you just hitting it and not actually, like, having vicious sex with their ass.
Den cheeks clapped. I mean, this is the one person who actually stormed Area 51, so... They really should have. They were really organized. They should have gotten more on the page. Well, what
they're really an American hero
by clapping cheeks.
Yeah.
Well, they're a Japanese hero.
Japanese hero.
Well, they are American.
You can be Japanese and American.
That's true. Japanese American. I guess where that term comes from.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Every statue that's being torn down right now, we need to put one up of them in its place.
Made of superior Japanese steel.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Made of... Jesus Christ. So, okay, honestly, I don't even think comments or criticisms are necessary. I think the only thing we need to ask is the author an actual weeb, or are they making fun of weebs?
Well, when they said that they bought their katanas from the Walmart sector, the weapons section of Walmart, I'm going to go ahead and say yes, they're definitely a weeb.
You think they're actually a weeb?
No, they're making fun of weebs.
You think they're making fun of weebs?
I do think they're making fun of weebs.
Interesting. You have to know a lot about the weebs to make fun of them.
Especially when he's sorry, master, I got to go all out just this once. That's my favorite line.
What's that from?
It's just like a thing that they say in anime.
It's
like,
is it?
Sorry, master, like to no master.
Yeah.
It's like, I know I promised you to not use my full skill, but I've got to go all out just this once.
Just this
Like Rock Lee, I'm taking off my weight.
Yeah.
All out.
Have you ever seen, I think it's RDC World 1 on YouTube?
No.
They're the guys, the ones that made the Jermaine Cole video. When J. Cole gets an album coming back, and his fans are, like, dealing drugs and stuff. Mm-hmm. And he's like, hey, there's a new J. Cole album out. And the guy just looks at him and he's like, what? And he's like, there's a new J. Cole album coming out. He's like, Jermaine. Yeah? Cole. Yeah? Man, shut the fuck up. Really? And, like, it's so good. But they have all these anime videos, and they just released one, which was, like, when the protagonist is a kid... but he approaches the boss for the first time, or like the villain for the first time, and it's just like this like big jack dude just beating the shit out of this little kid.
Yeah.
And he's like, "Master, stop!" And he's like, "He's the protagonist. He would kill me if I didn't do it." Like they make a lot of anime videos.
I think I've seen the one where it's like if the anime character has like a really weird weapon, like cards. Yes. I just watched that one. Okay, I do know these.
They're so good.
Or like whenever an anime character brings out a sword and they're like, shoot this guy.
Yeah. And he's like, ting, 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 ting.
How is this possible? Yeah. It's like drop a bomb on him.
Yeah.
He's like, ding, ding, ding.
Yeah, he hits the RPG out of the way. Yeah. That's funny. That's all I know about anime is their videos like that.
So yeah, this is what would have happened if we had more resolve.
Yeah, if someone actually stuck to it.
Exactly.
Interesting.
And he got launched. Who was your favorite character from the story?
Tree Fitty. Pussy Slayer 69.
That was a nice
That was so good.
That's
a South Park reference for us.
Nice.
That was good. No, I thought that was hilarious. I thought, his style. I thought that was hilarious. That was a great... I like to think that it was someone who isn't a weeb making fun of them, but it's like in the other guys, where like Mark Wahlberg learned how to like ballet dance to make fun of the sissies up the street. It's like, you learned to ballet dance ironically?
Yeah.
Like, that's what it is. You watched 3 seasons of Naruto ironically? It's like, yeah, I wanted to make fun of him.
Yeah, dude, you don't even get it. Like it's such an amazing story, but the fans are crazy, right?
Yeah.
Like all the other fans are crazy except for me. Like they just don't get it. They don't get the real thing. Like it's just I'm making fun of the fandom. It's very meta.
Storm episode 51. I like that. That was a great. Actually, I'm gonna say great episode or a great fic.
I think it had some good. I had some good imagery at the end. Like the thing that had brought me here had a drawing of a lyre on its crop. I don't know what that means.
No,
I don't know what gamboge is.
I don't know what gamboge
this
is.
is all very highbrow.
That's good.
Gamboge, a gum resin produced by various Eastern Asian trees, such as a yellow pigment and in medicine.
Gamboge eyes. Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
What is it?
Yeah, he said gamboge eyes, didn't he?
I suppose. I don't remember.
Yeah.
Honestly, it was quite a blur.
Yeah. Must be.
I
mean, they were running so fast like Naruto, it had to be.
Yeah, I like the inclusion of the Minecraft beds, and then just like you have to go with this fantastic
the paint image.
That
was good.
So yeah, good. Cover art by the astounding AXXUY. So that wasn't the.
You took it from somebody.
Yeah. This is really a spoiler in the first place, and not the logical conclusion of a story featuring humans needing an excuse to go to Equestria. So. There were no aliens, just My Little Ponies.
Yeah, it's actually My Little Ponies.
Yeah.
That was a good way to round it out, honestly. Very solid.
Yeah, without committing, as we talked about earlier, committing one way or the other on extraterrestrial life. Because we all agree...
Little Ponies could be extraterrestrial life.
We all agree about Little Ponies. My Little Ponies are here. They're real.
And very fuckable.
They're here. They're fuckable.
They're steers. Get used to it.
Exactly.
Interesting.
It's just part of our life.
Yeah. So what are you stoked on this week, Ryan?
What am I stoked on this week? Oh, jeez. I recently, within the past 3 weeks... with my roommates, picked up the starter kit for the Player's Handbook for Dungeons & Dragons.
I saw that.
5e,
Okay.
5th edition, and we started playing it, and it is a lot of fun.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm a little angry you started playing D&D.
I have the campaign.
I'm a little angry you started playing with that.
I have some campaigns downloaded on my computer. You and yours are more than welcome to roll some characters.
I was dead ass just about to ask you if you and yours wanted to start playing D&D.
Mine's does not. Mine's has made it very clear that mine's does not. Does not. But if yous and yours would likes to,
we does.
Go ahead and I'll send you the reference. So I use this website called D&D Beyond, where you can kind of roll your characters, and it just walks you through basically how it works and how you want to set up whatever you want to set up.
Yeah.
Uses are totally welcomes to rolls your own characters, and I will be your DMs.
Okay.
Because I've been having a lot of fun with it. Because it's like playing a video game, and I'm just like kind of sick of video games right now, and I like to like hang out with humans and kind of just have our own thing. And honestly, one of my stoked ons from a long time ago was the Adventure Zone. So. To podcast about D&D, so I've been very inspired by that, and just it's a lot of fun.
Good. I'm glad you're having fun with that.
Once you buy all the die, though, you do feel like, wow, I've crossed a bridge.
I'm into this.
I've crossed a bridge.
Rubicon is crossed. Rome is mine.
Yes.
Interesting. So I am stoked on. I just finished Mouse. MAUS. Mouse.
Which is not like a German DJ, I've learned.
No. And don't be alarmed that the cover has a swastika, but in the middle of the swastika, it has a cat, and that cat has a Hitler mustache and Hitler hairdo. You're
going to get some stares at Barnes & Noble.
I had to take the dust jacket off so I could not look so weird when reading
it in public. Yeah. That was like me when I was reading Saga. I was like, oh, there's a giant with a huge penis, and then I just kind of crack open this page. I'm just going to get through it.
Yeah, I got the idea.
Yep.
It was written in the 70s, 80s, I believe. It is written by Art Spiegelman. It is a biographical graphic novel, so it's real life, about Art and his relationship with his dad, Vladek. And it's about his dad's story of being in Poland and surviving the Holocaust. And so it's about like his relationship in real time with his dad and how they like fight and have arguments and how he like can't really relate to him. But then you kind of realize that like no one can really relate to him because he survived Auschwitz and like how like you can't relate to that.
Right.
So their dynamic is amazing. Just like learning about that. But it's a graphic novel, so it's actually written more like a comic strip style, where all of the Jews are mice. All of the Germans are cats, and all of the Poles are pigs. All the Americans are dogs, and all of the French are frogs.
Interesting. Oh, that's funny.
Yeah, and so it's just about his dad.
The French being frogs. None of the rest of what you said was funny. Just the French.
Yeah. And that's sort of like a joke in itself in the book. Like you understand why he makes the French frogs later. But it's just this very like powerful story, very epically and wonderfully drawn. It's all black and white. It's like 300 pages if you get the complete edition, but holy shit, is it good!
Does the fact that they're animals, would that make it for like you could show that to like a younger reader? Or,
I would actually say yes.
Or do you think it's like this is a storytelling device and this is a mature book?
If I had a 13-year-old that didn't know anything about the Holocaust, which I hope that's not the case because they should know at least a little bit about that point, but it would be a very good thing to give to like a 12 or a 13-year-old so they can kind of understand like, okay, so first. Just this little tiny thing was stripped away, then this, then that. Because it starts in, 35, and it goes all the way to his father being liberated, and then finding the guy's mom. But his mom, this isn't a spoiler, because book's been out forever. His mom killed herself. So it's also about how he and his dad are dealing with the fact that his mom killed herself. And she had mental problems before the war. She survived Auschwitz and then came out and had another kid and then killed herself in the 60s. And so it's just like, it's this really heavy tale. I know I always bring up really heavy shit, but it is really good. It's won so many awards, and there's a reason. It's a solid 12 out of 10.
Nice. I'm glad to hear, because I remember you showing it to me, and it looked fantastic. It looks beautiful.
It's insane.
And everything,
yeah. And it's one of those things where it's like, you hear how good it is, and you're always like, okay, sure, it's good, and then you read it, and you're like, fuck, that's really that good.
That's why I was curious if it's good for younger, if it could be a teaching tool.
If I were a middle school or early high school history teacher, and I was trying to teach European history, everybody pick up a copy of Mouse and let's read it.
You're going to get people to read through. People barely read their stuff for English class, which they take tests on. You're going to make them read a 300-page graphic novel.
I think they would be more apt to do it, just because it's pictures and you get through it quickly.
That's true.
Even if you just look at the pictures,
I don't think I had summer reading for A push or anything. I think it was just show up the first day and get ready. So Mouse
is amazing. It's really good. Highly recommend to anybody. Yeah, thank you all for listening. I hope you enjoyed. Like us, rate us, review us, smash like, and I mean, yeah. And if you don't, that's okay. Follow us on Twitter. We love you anyways. Thanks for your time today. And Ryan, what should we remember?
I want to just say to all my weebs, you may be covered in Cheeto dust and you might be high on Mountain Dew, but I want you to have the best day ever. Get up there, get your katanas out, and go clap them cheeks. Have a great day.